If you're sick with autoimmune issues, cancer, if you are obese, if you feel like your mental health is compromised, listen to this. I'm a cancer survivor, former licensed psychotherapist, and someone who's really focused all of her efforts on healing from the inside out, including writing a book called Shadow Work, where I focus on this topic. And when I was diagnosed with cervical cancer, I was really surprised by how much my doctors were focused on just cutting the cancer out of me and not about my holistic health. No one cared why it happened in the first place or how to prevent it from happening again, so that became my mission. And here's what I know. Illness never just happens. There needs to be an environment that allows the illness to thrive, which means that my body, and maybe yours if you're watching this, is creating a habitable environment for disease. But we can also make an environment that is very hard for any illness to thrive, whether it's mental, physical, or emotional. And there's a number of ways that we can do this. First up is our diet. We need to move away from foods that cause inflammation, because inflammation is not our friend, and all of that extra stress in the body is going to cause severe health issues. I found out what I was allergic to and realized that I was eating so many foods that were creating allergic reactions within my body on a regular basis. Once I cut those out, I started to feel a lot better on every level. Next is about drinking water, and it's not just about ingesting water. It's about understanding that our water is supposed to have minerals in it, and when it's not mineralized, it might be dehydrating us and causing more harm than good. If you have a local spring source that you can go to, that's awesome, but there's other ways to do this too. Next up is creating consistent routines in our life, because our bodies thrive on knowing what is predictable. So waking up at the same time every day, going to sleep at the same time, so the body gets into that circadian rhythm. And lastly, and my favorite thing, is to do some shadow work. Shadow work is the process of using meditation to go into the unconscious mind to heal from any unresolved trauma, because those traumas create inflammation in the body, just like foods that are bad for us do. And when I say foods that are bad for us, I'm not saying there's good food and there's bad food. I'm saying some foods are going to cause reactions for you and others will not. In the same way that certain triggers will affect your mental health while others will not. So shadow work is how you get to the root cause of your triggers. We don't have to live with sickness. We don't have to live with inflammation. We can have lives that are easy, and we don't have to rely on pills to do it. Now, I'm not saying to stop medication if you're on it. Always consult with your doctors, but there's more than what we know out there available to us if we're willing to explore.